Hey neighbors, it's your buddy next door, Mason Stewart, and I'm so excited to be back with you. And today we've got a fantastic episode that I don't think you are going to hate at all. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be spicy. So let's jump in right away to our weekly recap. So beginning of the week hit really hard for me. I was listening to a podcast and reading a voiceover podcast, and a voiceover blog that I frequent to make sure that I'm staying on top of everything I need to be staying on top of as well. My hair is also not cooperating, so you're just going to have to deal with that. It was kind of a heavy topic because it was about when to know when to tap out. Like in wrestling, you do the tap, like I'm done, it's over. Do the tap out for voiceover, and it got me really reflecting on everything and like the goals that I had. And I think it was Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday, but I had this very internal struggle because obviously voiceover is not progressing as fast as I would like it to be. And my problem is when I go and I talk to coaches, they say, yeah, your voice is great, your demos are great, you should be booking jobs, but I don't book the jobs, even though I'm putting in my time marketing, I'm putting in my time doing auditions. And so it's really frustrating. It's like, is this even worth my time? And for a brief moment that day, I felt like a failure. And that's the only word that could come to my mind was that I failed. And it was really, really struggling, really a big struggle for me because I dropped out of college, right? College wasn't my thing. It was not working for me at all. It just wasn't. Like, that's just how it goes sometimes, right? Things just don't work out. And so I'm pursuing voiceover to be my full-time thing. And they say, give it like 5 years of auditions, and that's usually when you should start seeing, 5 years of work and different things like that. I'm approaching about year 6, end of year 6, and it's not been going like amazing, right? I'm not like breaking out on the scene. I'm not like the hottest new thing, which is fine, and I wasn't expecting to be. But that mentality and that thought process, that imposter syndrome, if you will, crept in. And I was able to sit down with my dad over some dinner this week and have a really good conversation about what does failure even mean. And we've all heard kind of the old thing, right? Where Edison, right, inventor of the light bulb, failed numerous times to create a light bulb, an incandescent bulb that would work in homes that we use today. He failed like 1,000 some odd tries, and there's some famous quote, I'm gonna butcher it, I know, but along the lines of, I didn't fail, I found out, X amount of ways to not make a light bulb. And so I'm trying to really internalize that myself. To make sure that I know that even though my path is not looking like everybody else's currently, in the end, it's going to work out. That's really what it is. You put in the work, things are going to work out. And if that means that in a year or so, voiceover is not my focus anymore, I need to come to terms with that. I'm still going to give it my all. Don't you guys worry. I'm not going anywhere. But it was just one of those things where it was really good to reflect and sit on that. Another great thing that happened this week was I was able to go to my sister's performance. So my sister is a professional dancer. She was able to do a piece for a local choreographer. It was very interesting. Modern dance, not my thing. It's definitely out of my wheelhouse. But being able to see people that have taken time and effort to be able to put on this program to express the thoughts and the feelings of the choreographer, and not just the choreographer, but the dancers themselves, pouring into their emotion, different things like that. That was so cool to see. Definitely have missed doing things like that as I did stuff like that for my siblings growing up. But, as you get older, things change, things happen. Bumped my desk, sorry about that. But as far as the rest of the week goes, lots of auditions. Lots of contacts sent out for marketing, trying to get in touch. As a reminder, Voiceover is anytime you hear a human voice, but don't see a human face. That's what voiceover is. So, if your company that you work for, or anything, you have any leads, make sure you send them my way. Shoot me an email, masonsvo@gmail.com. It's at the end of every video as well. Make sure you do that. I would love to be able to work with you guys and to bring any project or thing that you have to life, whether that's like a really simple how-to video, whether that's an IVR phone messages, anything like that. That's what I'm here for. But I think the most important thing that I learned this week is that everything revolves around faith. Now, whether that be faith in a God, I know that is for me, whether it's faith in yourself, faith is a huge part. I've been playing a video game recently. It's called Hades. Hades follows the son of Hades in Greek mythology, whose name was Zagreus. And Zagreus is trying to escape his father's hellish domain, right? And there's a whole bunch of family issues and stuff going in there. But more importantly, it plays off of a lot of, obviously recorded information about the Greek gods and the myths surrounding them. And there are two that I want to focus on. It falls onto our faith, and that's Orpheus and Eurydice. I know pronunciation. Come on. Orpheus and Eurydice. Now, if you don't know the story, I'm going to give a brief breakdown because I think it falls perfectly into what faith needs to be. Orpheus was the son of Apollo. Now, Apollo, being the god of music, different things like that, he gave his son Orpheus a lyre, right? Little harp, little U-shaped harp. And it turns out that Orpheus had a gift. And Orpheus's music, nobody could resist it. Everybody that heard it was amazed by it. They loved it. Orpheus was a prodigy. Now, Orpheus fell in love with a woman, an absolutely gorgeous, stunning woman named Eurydice. And one day Eurydice was out dancing with the nymphs. And a snake came up, bit her, and she died. Super tragic. I mean, it's a Greek tale. What do you want me to do? They're all super sad. Anywho, Orpheus was devastated. So much so that all of his songs turned and focused towards his sadness. And it says that not a single living thing on the planet and even the gods knew of his torment, of his sadness. Well, he wanted to be reunited with Eurydice so bad, he found his way into Hades, right? He found his way into the realm that Hades controlled, the underworld. He passed through, Cerberus, the three-headed dog. He passed through all of these different things. The Temple of Styx finally gets to Hades. And he makes a plea to Hades and Hades' wife Persephone. And he says, please, let me be reunited with Eurydice. That's all I want. Let her come back to the world of the living. And his plea, because he did it through song, like I said before, nobody could resist the songs that Orpheus sang. Hades agreed that Eurydice could come back to the world of the living under one condition. And that condition was that as they left Hades, Orpheus could not look back on Eurydice until they reached the surface, the world, Earth. Orpheus was like, oh yes, 100%, let me do it. So, they start walking. And as they're walking, you have to remember, in Greek mythology, when somebody went to the world of the dead, if you think very much like the Disney adaptation of Hercules, they're kind of this ethereal spirit kind of ghost-like thing. And so they called shades. I was trying to think of the name. Sorry. Called shades. So obviously don't have any feet. So as Orpheus is walking, he can't hear Eurydice walking behind him. And he starts to doubt himself. Maybe the gods had tricked him because he was just a mortal man, right? Maybe Eurydice wasn't following him, but he knew that he wanted to see her again, so he continued onward. And just before they reached the surface, they reached the point where Eurydice would once again become mortal. Orpheus could take it no longer. His doubt overcame his fear, and he looked back. He saw Eurydice, and then she was gone forever. And the tale of Orpheus is very sad. There are many different accounts, but more or less he dies, but the nymphs find a way to keep his head, and he continues to sing sadness about losing Eurydice for the rest of his life. It's absolutely tragic and depressing. But if you think of it, we're a lot more like Orpheus than we think. A lot of times we know the end result, especially, those of us that have some type of religious background and different things like that. We know that there is this end that we're getting to, but a lot of times our natural self takes over, and we don't want to see something through to the end. We want it now, right? This is America. I want it now, to quote Tom Haverford. But this is America. I want it now. We have to find a way to be patient, but not only be patient, but to have trust in whatever promises we're given. And that's kind of what I've been focusing on this week, is that even though we don't necessarily know the exact outcome and things that are going to happen, we have to have faith that it's going to work out in our favor. So that's what I'm going to leave with you today on the weekly recap. And now we're going to get into our food section. Like I talked about before, we're going to be going over different food items each week and going over it. Today, we've got a spicy one, and not just that, we have a special guest with us as well. So I'm going to get that, and then we're going to do a quick, cool transition. Probably not, just so you know, my editing skills are quite lacking on the video side of things. But we will get caught up and get right back into it here in just a moment with the Hot Ones Challenge. All right, neighbors, we're back. Like I said, special guest here on the episode, my beautiful wife, Melissa. You can check her out on twitchtv.cinnamon.
Thanks, Mason.
/cinnamon. So, like I said, we're doing the Hot Ones Challenge. So, Hot Ones recently put out like a chicken bites bag with 3 of their sauces. So, their super mild one called the Classic, the medium one, which is called Los Calientes, and the last one, which is like an 11 out of 10, called the Last Dab. It's extremely hot, but we're gonna try it all out. I love spicy stuff. She hates it. This is great. This is gonna be fantastic. So, here's your fork. This first one right here. What?
Just show.
They don't need to see it. Okay, this is the mild. This is the Classic. So, take a wing. Just make sure you get a good bite. None of this like baby bites. You don't have to eat the whole thing, but like just take a good bite. Okay, 3, 2. That was a mistake. You never smell it first. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's not bad. Not spicy at all to me. What about you? You getting any spice?
Yeah.
She's getting spice. She would not do well on Hot Ones, guys.
Already.
But I really like it. That's a good sauce. That's a solid sauce. Put that like on a sandwich, chicken tendies, whatever. It's got like a nice, I wouldn't call it spicy. It does have like a little bit of a kick going to it, which is exactly what you need. So that was the 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10.
It's only 2?
Yeah, 2 out of 10. That's level 2 spicy.
How hot is buffalo sauce?
Buffalo sauce is like a 0.5. Buffalo sauce is nothing, guys. Okay, we're moving up to number 5. You're going to see me pushing up my glasses a lot. I sweat profusely when I eat, and we're in this tiny room. So anything that's even like got remotely like spice, like I sweat. So you can see my glasses just keep falling and falling because my nose is just sweat. It's your buddy next door, Mason Stewart, and I'm here with a quick PSA. I'm interrupting our episode with the Hot Ones here because I made a mistake in my dark booth here. I grabbed the wrong bowl. This is going to go right after that first chicken wing, this PSA. I grabbed what should have been the third wing second. So what you're seeing right now after this is not Los Calientes, but is in fact the last dab. And just as a note, I think now that I know that it was the third one, I think I definitely could have made it through the Hot Ones gauntlet. And so I think Los Calientes actually tastes really good. I gave another bite upstairs. Don't think it's that bad. That last one, though, that last one was crazy. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that and you guys understood a little bit about what happened there. So sorry about that. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of this. Just remember that last wing is actually the second wing, but I'm going to play it in the order that it came through. So keep that in mind, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hot sauce kick. Oh, that hit me. That hit me. That's hitting the back of your throat. Woo! Woo!
Holy.
Woo! Here, you got ice cream.
You have ice cream.
I might need a bite of ice cream, too.
Oh my gosh.
That's spicy, guys. Holy, what the... Okay, I like hot sauce. That is crazy spicy. Oh my gosh, I love hot sauce, but that's spicy. Okay.
It's hotter than the ghost pepper salsa.
Woo.
Oh my gosh.
It's making me cough.
I'm crying.
Are you? Yeah, she's crying big time. I'm starting to tear up. We got one more try.
I'm gonna die. Like, seriously.
Okay. Take a tiny bite of this one. Oh, that's a 5 out of 10, guys. I might die. I might die. Okay.
Holy freak.
I'm chopping this up. Oh, that's spicy. Oh my gosh. How they do it on the show. Okay. I cut us really tiny bites. Here we go. The sooner we do it, the sooner it's done with. Okay. This one, neighbors, is supposed to be an 11 out of 10. It's called the last dab. It's supposed to be crazy hot. Here we go. You know, ding it. Sing it. Oh, I don't know if it's because the last one was so spicy. That one's not nearly as bad. Maybe it's because we only took a tiny bit. Oh, it's hitting. Oh, it's hitting. Oh, it's hitting. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Guys, I'm not going to lie, neighbors. I thought I was going to crush it, but I'm freaking dying. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. But that's where we're going to end it. That's where we're going to end things with the Hot Ones Challenge. Thanks so much for hanging out and seeing us suffer. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.